taking my time. Alright. So yeah, since I was told this is supposed to be kind of women's poetry, I see what you know at the light. These are all either love poems or, about women, so we'll just go with that. Here's an old one. Thunder. I don't know how my poetry really sounds with the backdrop of rockabilly music, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Yes, I go with it.
It works. Rock and roll. If I could roar like thunder, wild, pretending oblivious, would I, knowing all the while my pride, my wrath, knowing all along my envied crash, would I shake the sky, rush in on tumultuous wind, begin a frenzied sparring of light and dark? Would I rack the heavens at my whim, while you remain stark mute and only sighed? But if you sighed, oh, how could I begin to thrash the night, to crack the sky? Love, if you sighed, how could I pretend such lofty pride? I could not shake the sky nor split the sea. I could not shatter anything but me. For if you sighed one breath of some displeasure, I'd split apart with guilt, be mute forever, and by your feet I'd lay myself at last, splayed out quite like a spider under glass. The sky be calm, the sea can silent sit. Enough with thunder, I've had my fill of it. That's an old one. Okay, so here's two poems on women. Really short one. First, love, obtuse. Oh, what's the use? I'm obliged to differ. Love is a noose you cannot loose. Yes, dear, I'll make the dinner. Okay, that's that one. And this one was written because I was in a poetry class and we were discussing poetry, and my teacher thought Robert Frost and Dylan Thomas were really great, of course, wise men. And when we got to Anne Sexton and Sylvia Plath, he kind of brushed them off as neurotic, so. Do not call me good or wise, for I am not a man. I'll sit here with my aproned lap adorned by my two folded hands. I'll sit here while those of mankind rage against life's dying. Sit here quietly and save all my breath for sighing. And if a man commits a sin or creates some lie against me, it is my duty as a girl to bow and be forgiving. Women, gentle, do not rage, or else we're called neurotic. In my life I'll rage so much you'll call me worse than just psychotic. And this kind of goes along the same lines. It's post-breakup and a few months later. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. I can't hide that I am free without you. The world has opened up once more. The way I used to doubt you is nothing but a memory or lines within my journal. My love for you was some disease born from some deep maternal need I had to comfort you and stop all of your aching. It just resulted in despair and led to the breaking of my poor heart, which has reworked its tissues once again. And if a boy knocks on my door and claims to be a friend, I will remember my poor heart and will not, what's that? Come in. Okay, this is also a really old love poem, so we'll see how it goes. Not to be read before the following poem. He must have a better offer than the one that I afford, and while I have not left him yet, he rushes me toward the door. Yes, of course there could be more, but this is all that you will get. Alan, you are such a whore. Okay, the poem itself. If I mean so much to you, why does such resentment grow? And if I make you doubly proud, why do you criticize me so? I am skin and blood and bone, you are scared to be alone. I am soft, pink-blooding flesh, and true that I am not the best, as you've stated more or less. I can make you smile and moan. I will never be ecstatic, not one trifle enthusiastic to be with you now and then. You are partially my friend, but Pygmalion you are not, and I am not one portion stone. You cannot craft me as you like, only wish that it were so. I would that you did truly care or return in equal measure the sentiments I had for you, if felt at my leisure. As you know I hate you thus, then turn and love you just as much. Oh, do not question which is real. I hardly know that I can feel, let alone decipher such. I suggest you elsewhere look if this turmoil does not please. It does me ill to be attached. I am wild and meant to be. So that's that. And this is a pretty recent one I wrote just the other day, as you'll see, that's whatever. And it's not great yet. The end is kind of not my favorite, but okay. I feel that I am a fraud. Hand me a drink. time in the city, Brazilian food, cold rain, drinking wine, getting tipsy, our mood was just like children in a playground with no rules. I feel a fraud because I enjoyed brief conversations with various boys, table hopping and speed dating, all the while waiting to get back to the boy that I'd invited. I felt a fraud for giving exuberant, spontaneous hugs and kisses on his cheek, like it was wrong or bad of me to do such a torrid thing, because he came to see me, bought me dinner, and was sweet. I feel a fraud working on my script. I feel a fraud writing poetry. I feel a fraud sometimes editing. Perhaps it merely seems easier to me to think these things as fraudulent than admit that there was some happiness. That's it. I brought this one because I thought my lesbian friend was going to be here. I don't know if she made it, so I'm going to read it anyways. On lesbianism. Why would you prefer a rugged chin, flecked with whiskers, neglected by a blade, to the subtleties of peach-soft skin, where a razor's path was never made? Why prefer a pair of knotted hands, scarred and calloused by work that never fails, to the softer touch which love demands, punctuated by perfect sculpted nails? Why desire to be enwrapped by arms, which firmly pull you against the hulking chest, when you could be so comfortably calmed by the softer ways of her caress? I cannot understand why some prefer a man's touch to a woman's, or why they choose his form of love to hers, however wrongly. I only know, by some design, I do. Okay, I just threw this one in because my mom likes it. One another. Only skunks, only, if you must know, skunks, can compare themselves with me. So adorably cute, so soft, it looks so sweet. Yet, if you get too close, my friend, what foulness we secrete. Alright, also a poem about being a woman, because of the women's poetry thing. I just wrote it, not my favorite, but I'm a video editor, for the most part, freelance. So I thought I'd write a poem about my career, or try to. I am a female, editrix, let me describe that too. Because my ex-boyfriend decided editrix was a good word for a female editor, so that's all. I am a female editrix, no casting couch to get my gigs. It's hard to believe that in this biz, my reputation is good as is, that word of mouth, not going south, has kept me working and has paid my rent. But oh, let me tell you, it wasn't always the case. I've had lecherous bosses who, in their poor taste, thought they could ply me with liquor and wine and show off their friends that they'd had a fine time with the intern. Somehow I doubt that my bitching them out made them learn. And plenty of bosses thought spreading my legs should be right there on my resume page near a list of skills and desired wage. I've even had a boss in my editing bay who would lock my door and stand in my way. It's times like this I must implore, who confuses editor with poor? In other positions, in work, not in bed, I've had all decisions go over my head, as if I could not comprehend anything so well as the men. In a memento, turn the page. I've had compliments given to the men in my teams, only to have those remarks redriven by my team back to me, shocking the management who, in all abandonment of actual thought, took one look at the filmic beauty they saw and never imagined that which they prized could be done by a woman and not one of the guys. So yeah, it's a boys club and there have been some tough times working up the front of the ladder and not the behind. But the struggle was worth it, and fighting the fight these past 7 years has brought this to light. Despite all the assholes and misogynists, it is possible to be a respected editrix with cash in my savings and a smile on my lips. Thank you. I guess I could end there. Yeah, might as well, right? Might as well.
One more.
Okay, I'll give you a choice then. Let's see. Which one should it be? Alright. Okay, I'm gonna read two more then. Sorry, no, it has to be two. On reading Kerouac's The Subterraneans while dating someone I did not feel that passionately about. I read these words and believe that they are real. Love and life, pain, fraud, and people feel. But here I am, alive in silhouette. Glass-eyed, a bit confused. No use to fret the ifs and wins and then agains of time and action. No strong, strange words exchanged to reach for passion that leaves you drained, or broken, or awoken to a range of such emotion you are thrown by the commotion they incite. Putting down my book, I skeptically look at the subject on whom I currently do write. You're sitting watching a TV, and by the fire with poetry, trying just to reconcile the words I read and what I feel. Nothing here will ever make the earth shake. My newest love, what difference does that make? I think it makes a little difference, but... Okay. And finally, a poem I wrote about my ex-boyfriend and my sister, because they both hurt my feelings on the same day. Really recently also. But please, they're different people. Okay. Just so you know. Hey you. You over there, with the wild with life eyes, or the brooding half glare, come here. Let's pontificate, anticipate, extrapolating on the coming days. Let's take the street, turn there, gaze up the water shining through our haze.